Bring the ship back up to combat alert alpha.
Halo doesn't kill Flood. It kills their food.
I think we're just getting started.
Hey, Josh, we're back again for another one of these weird lasso recordings.
Where we watch ourselves fail at lasso.
Yes.
Wait, it's not lasso, is it?
This is lasso.
Oh no, right. I'm sorry. It's Halo 1.
Yes. So, if you're wondering why we're recording like this again, it's because I was stupid and didn't do mic checks at the start of some of the levels. And, Audacity decided to change the recording system from recording desktop audio to just recording off the headphones that were plugged in. So we couldn't hear Josh, and I sounded like a robot from 1,000 miles away.
The audacity.
Yeah, the audacity of Audacity to change my settings.
By the way, I can see the cursor.
So we didn't notice that for a while, so this episode and the next episode will both be like this. We luckily failed when we started playing Halo 2. We failed the first level a couple times before, and then we realized, oh hey, the recording wasn't working anyway. So Halo 2 will be fixed for this.
The coordinate data needs to be...
Hopefully.
Right.
No, it is. We've already done some levels. Also, not shocking anymore. I won't get your, like, mind-blown response, but I was basically telling you right here about how this level doesn't make any sense at the start. That's why we're just standing here talking. Because if you remember, I was saying how, like, hey, we're in that back hallway. There's the bridge right there. And if you remember, that's on the third floor of the hangar, essentially. Like, you go up to the third floor of the hangar to get to the bridge. But on this level, when you go out the hallway, you end up on the first floor.
What the
Unfortunately, you know, no mind-blown moment because I've already explained that to you, but I was going to explain it to the audience. But, yeah, it's a weird thing I saw with this level. I don't know what you were doing here.
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't remember, like, this was filmed a while ago, so I don't remember exactly what you were doing back there, just staring into a wall.
Don't know either.
Luckily, you did not go far enough forward to be killed by all of that. And then, like, where the hell did you go again? And you're like, I have invisibility. And I was like, what? But, sure enough, you found that there's invisibility on this level. You know, learning new stuff, like, what, 20 years after this game came out?
Mm-hmm. By the way, you can see your cursor on the screen.
That's fine, it's not going to be in the recording.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I showed you where it is, too.
Yeah, you showed me where it is.
Wasting 90% of the visibility.
Yeah, I think we ended up using all the invisibility before we even dropped out of the ship. Yeah, apparently there's a way to get to use, like, the carrier forms to bounce you. I don't know what we're doing here. I don't remember what we were talking about. But I do know there's a way to bounce yourself over this hole in the floor.
This hole was caused by some kind of explosion.
I think we were talking about how it doesn't line up correctly.
Oh, we may have still been talking about that. But we finally found our way. We finally decided to leave the ship. And we're just not gonna fight.
Take a hit.
Let's get out of here and find another way back aboard the ship.
If I remember correctly, we hated this level.
It was this part coming up with the...
Yeah, with, like, the carrier forms in the little... Yep, you can see the jump right there. We died a bunch of times. Or a couple times. I think at first we just tried to avoid a lot of the fights, and then we were like, oh hey, there's a shotgun up on the left side. And I was like, I'll go grab that. And then got a pistol. Yeah, the Flood are not a hard enemy, they're just annoying because of how much damage they absorb.
Oops. Sorry.
What?
No, I thought I effed something up, but I'm alright.
Oh, okay. I don't know exactly what we were waiting for here.
I was gonna ask you, like, did it stop? But then
No, I was staring at you over there fighting, but for whatever reason I wasn't doing anything. And hey, I found a shotgun though. I lost my shield.
Where am I?
You're still back at the start of this area. You didn't move up.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't. You know, it's been a common theme with a lot of levels where I'm like, hey, where's Josh? Oh, he's all the way back. And then I'm like, I was wondering, I was like, why did Josh always have so few kills? And then I look at the recordings and I was like, oh yeah, that explains it. That's right.
I think sometimes you tell me to wait right here, and then...
Sometimes, yeah. This was not one of those moments where I'm being swarmed by 2 people and I'm like, I need help, and finally you show up because I hear a shotgun. Or that might be the flood just shooting, and not you.
I mean, he's holding a shotgun.
Yeah, it's definitely not you, because we did not, what we were doing was basically, I took the shotgun, you kept the AR, that way we didn't split up the ammo, and we could optimize how much ammo we each had.
What is going on here?
Yeah, so I'm getting pushed up the wall, and this is why I said, like, the flood wasn't, like, difficult, they're just annoying, because you get into fights like this where you're just sitting here meleeing them forever, and I finally just got annoyed and like, you're gonna die now. That was a nice hit. That was like the one time I actually get like a good hit on the flood. And then that guy shows up and we're like, alright, just move on, just move on. And then I launched that guy at us, but thankfully injured him. I have terrible aim.
Ooh.
I don't know what blew up there, but thankfully he was right there. I realized that there were a lot of explosions that happened where I'm just like, I don't know where that came from.
What is going on?
Yeah, again, it's just gonna be like flashing red because I'm just being slapped by this dude. Because I want to save the shotgun ammo, but I think I probably will end up getting annoyed with this guy and just shooting him as well.
I think it'll actually kill him.
Yeah, there is so much that I cut out sometimes of just these fights because I'm just like, it's just boxing. It's literally just us meleeing each other over and over again.
And it sucks because I can't get close to you because it will scratch me.
Yeah, they have such large reach that basically if one person's in a fight, you can't help.
So I just gotta watch.
Yeah. This hallway was annoying. I don't know how many times we turned the corner to be blown up immediately.
We should head this way, towards the ship's gravity lift.
Definitely not by my grenade.
Oh, no, not at all. Oh, I thought this was the one. This was the moment.
I got scared too.
There are so many times that I've realized where that still takes off some of my shields. There are a lot of times I've realized where you don't have as many betrayals because most of the time you put me in a position to be killed and not actually killing me. Whereas I just straight up murder us. I think at this point we failed here a couple times, just looking at the time, and I think we're trying to wait for a checkpoint. Which is why I'm just teabagging the ground.
What the hell?
I'm not entirely sure where you're running off to.
Maybe I'm trying to trigger the checkpoint.
Yeah, and eventually I think we just give up on it. We're like, okay, we'll do it. And
The
then as
crash did
soon as
more
we move
damage than I
forward, there's
suspected.
the checkpoint.
Analyzing. Coolant leakage rate is significant. The
Thank
ship's
God.
reactor should
I mean,
already have gone
for
critical.
This level, like for lasso, the infinite ammo glitch didn't really help because I think I dropped this shotgun immediately after this section. You would never know I'm like a Cali main now in Siege, who's a sniper, with the way I aim in this game.
Sometimes you're way off.
Like, look at that. That was potato aim right there. And I'm like, I play a sniper in like a game that has no like no aim assist at all, and I'm decent with her. This section I remember being a pain in the ass because they just spawn, those carrier forms like spawn infinitely down there. And trying to rush through this area with all of them is like impossible unless you get very lucky, which we eventually did get. And I'm just now noticing how much blood those, like how much those hunters were bleeding. And you can tell they're not dead because they're still attacking. I feel like I almost fell asleep here, the way I'm just not moving at all.
Super still.
Oh, there was a slight twitch.
You're alive.
Yeah, I dropped the sniper rifle. Nope, I picked it back up because the hunter. Oh, I guess I didn't keep it. There was a run where when I was doing that infinite ammo swap, my shotgun ended up in a wall, and I almost killed myself here because I'm bad. But thankfully, health pack.
I think I might have killed you right here.
It's possible. I don't entirely remember. We got a checkpoint. We can definitely tell we skipped some stuff there because of that little glitch there. Those little guys are really nice to get shields back on. If you're ever doing lasso, the flood, the infection forms are great for keeping shields.
Oh, okay.
And here comes. Oh nope! I just got straight up frustrated with him. Oh, this section. Yes, I remember this area. We spent a good while trying to get around here.
It's because I kept dying. You were running off first.
Well, you kept dying, I kept dying. We kept trying to run into that river. I almost killed you there because you ran into my grenade. We kept trying to run through that like river of coolant and bypass everyone, and then we're like, finally, we're just like, nah, this ain't working. Let's kill everything.
I'm surprised we don't die.
What was that?
I'm surprised we don't, like, Master Chief just doesn't, like, straight up die from all that coolant.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a, like, airtight suit, so...
True.
Yeah, so we we just went, okay, we're just gonna run through this and kill it. We're just gonna play patient and run through it. That's the one key thing to lasso. Patience, we've learned.
Oh, yeah.
It's also really funny because now I'm doing this on PC, so I can see my crosshair sticker for the other Halo games we've been doing. Where on Xbox, which is what we're doing for Combat Evolved in 2, I use a centered crosshair, but on PC I use the like lower third crosshair. So my sticker for crosshair is not at all where I'm shooting at in the footage.
Oh, damn.
I don't know why I have them different for the different
There's the gravity
like versions of the game. I'm
It's
weird
still
like that.
operational. That's our way back in.
Talk good.
Oh, I remember getting this overshield, and I think I wasted almost immediately. Well, not exactly, but there goes most of it. We ended up getting very lucky here with the flood and the grunts taking out like every enemy possible. And then we just moved up and we didn't even have to kill all these guys. They just went, okay, yep, you're good. We're going up. You see us still didn't check. This was some bullshit, I remember. Watch, look at this.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you remember that?
We had to deal with that.
Yes. Well, who designed that? We're immediately like, run. You were delayed in the run. And eventually, and this time I was marking down death and we both died. Well, I don't think we get away, but I think I lost, yeah. You can hear, I lose all over shield and shields. And you probably are the same boat. And I'm like, who designed that? I mean, obviously when they designed that, Grunt Funeral was not a skull.
Mm-hmm.
But still, that's so stupid.
Holy
Its
The Covenant battlement is a
checkpoint
mess.
in
I
through
can't access the
cutscene
ship's schematics.
blows up for eternity.
What happened there?
Probably a death run where I cut a bunch of stuff out because there was nothing really funny that happened, and it was just a bunch of deaths. Yeah, these unfortunately, it's not going to be the entire, or like the majority of the footage. It's going to be mostly the clean runs unless something funny happens. Because I don't have the audio to go along with it.
Gotcha, makes sense.
Look in the corners. The flood
We
are
kept
gathering
getting surprised ambushed, and we finally got a checkpoint there. There were 2 flood that would sometimes come out of the door up top and kill us while we were trying to do this. And also, you and I would die a bunch of times down here trying to just grab the health packs and overshield and run to the door.
Oh.
Because this section was like, don't stop moving. Grab the health pack, come here, throw grenades around the corner for all these flood. And then get a grenade down the hole. So that when you both the carrier forms there.
Oh, thank God. I got scared. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna make this.
Yeah, we were essentially just waiting for your grenade below to go off. Because I guess I cut it out, but there was a time where I just ran through everything and got down here and saw like 4 or 5 carrier forms and just started freaking out because there was no corner to hide in or run from. They were just all around me, and I was like, well, this is death.
I remember that.
Yeah. And this is us again waiting to try to get a checkpoint after all that bullshit.
You know what's funny? I always thought, like, in the old graphics, the one you're looking at right now, the Elite's blood reminds me of blueberry yogurt.
Really?
Yeah. Next time you look at, like their blood,
What?
just think of, like, yogurt.
Don't the elites have purple blood and the well, yeah, I guess blueberries are purple.
Purple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw grunts and went, oh, no.
Like that, right there. See it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yogurt.
I was like, I'm dead. I'm not dead! And then we got a checkpoint immediately after. The game was very gracious because we did another checkpoint right here, just so you can see some of the, like, the cut ahead. We got like 3 checkpoints in that one small spot.
It's beautiful.
And then the load zone warped you like 5 feet to me.
Looks like another shuttle bay. We should be able to reach the control room from the...
Oh yeah, because we got ambushed. We didn't realize they come from behind. And so now we're like prepared for it, I think. Yeah, there it is. I was like,
yeah.
throw a grenade
He's
and then we
delirious.
run.
In pain. We have to find him.
The first time we just got like slaughtered out here.
Yeah, by the people on the right. At least I did.
No, it was the people from behind, I'm pretty sure. I always loved that guy took forever to explode, but I always loved the grunts just blowing up and flying everywhere.
Where did that come from? Did you see that?
Behind me.
See him?
No, I don't see them, bro.
God. They're still alive. Oh.
They're not alive for much longer. Hey, do you remember this hallway on Truth and Reconciliation?
I think so.
It's the one you blew me up with a grenade through a wall.
Right. I'm still curious how that happened.
I honestly have no idea. This was an annoying section because we had no grenades. We were just like, we just gotta lure them around the corner. Thankfully, the floodlight shotguns, so you can always have shotgun ammo.
You can always count on flood to bring you shotgun ammo. And pistol ammo.
Speaking of the shotgun, I gotta say, the Bulldog in Halo Infinite, I actually am a huge fan of it now.
Is it good?
I got to play. I played the I guess the flight. The flight is what it was over the weekend, and I love the Bulldog. I was really disappointed when they announced that the normal shotgun wouldn't be in the game, but the Bulldog's really good.
Yes. Didn't we die here a bunch of times too?
We got here a bunch of times, but again, nothing fun. You're behind me. again, you'll see it in the kill count for this level, but you kind of just hide behind me.
Because you're like, I think I was trying to have you lure him out, and then we just kind of camp here and just deal with
Punch
him.
this dude to death, yeah. Yeah, because I kept being very aggressive and running forward and trying to shotgun them, and it was not working. Although we did shoot this guy's arms off, so he just became our best friend. He couldn't do anything, and we could just use him to get our shields back, like I do right there. I'm like, okay, need a little bit of a top off. He really wants to die, though, now that he can't attack. He keeps walking in front of me. And yeah, we kind of left the elites down below, so they're just shooting us with the terror, which is what the plasma was there. And then you either killed our best friend or he died on his own. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
I don't entirely remember, and I wasn't looking that way.
The control room should be this way.
More people in there?
I'm pretty sure we got past this part once and there were more people, which is why I threw that grenade, but it doesn't look like I killed anyone, so I might have just wasted 2 grenades for nothing. Yeah, there was no one. I wasted 2 grenades there. Which really sucks, because grenades are so useful.
The captain.
Well, that was something I learned. Apparently in Halo Infinite, there's no, like, ability to grenade jump. Grenades apparently
Captain,
in Halo Infinite only
his
have, like,
vitals are
10%
fading.
knock-
Please, Chief,
knockback.
hurry!
Oh.
Which apparently in custom games, you can change the setting to make knockback like 150% to 200%, which gives you a normal grenade jump. I don't know, I never used grenade jumps in like multiplayer all that often, so it wasn't something I noticed during the beta. The only time I used them are for speed runs basically in campaign.
What are you trying to do?
I think I was trying to get up top, and I just was like, yeah, that ain't gonna work.
But why?
I don't know, I don't remember. I do remember that this little hallway gave us a problem because there were a bunch of grenades on the floor we kept dying from.
Oh, right.
Like, shoot one of these carrier forms, and then it would blow up and a chain reaction of grenades would go off. Like that. But we would be standing there.
Where am I? Am I dead?
No, you're right there.
It becomes a game to find where Josh is.
Yes.
Right. Oh, right there.
My favorite was the one run that we didn't use for the library, where I was just watching from like the start of the level and watching your arrow through walls until it eventually went away and would restart the level. Reason enough why we didn't use any of that footage for like a montage of that level. Nothing was happening.
Nothing was happening on your end.
Well, I still remember how I beat this level in the 3-hour run of Halo Combat Evolved on Legendary. Is you just glitch your way through the floor and all the enemies are up here T-posing.
Oh, I was telling you about his,
Yeah, you were telling me about the pipe, and you were like, yeah, there's an achievement tied with it. Did you get it? And I was like, no, it didn't pop. And then I was like, oh yeah, I got this one like forever ago.
his pipe.
Oh, I just realized you can actually hear like keys grunting and everything in the proto gravemind.
Seriously?
Yeah, I heard it in the playback.
So is he technically still alive right now?
No, I'm pretty sure Cortana says his vitals are gone.
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
Which, hey, thankfully, like he's part of the proto gravemind.
The captain.
Yeah, she just said no
He's
life
one
signs
of them.
detected. Thankfully,
We can't let
his
the flood get
face
off
and
the
all
drain.
was
You know
like
what he'd expect.
far enough of like sticking out where we could get his neural implants.
What he'd
Imagine if it
want
was like
us
the
to
proto
do.
gravemind from Halo Wars, where it's just this giant mushroom thing, and I was like, how are we getting this?
For real.
Done. I have the
Jesus
code.
Christ.
We should go. We need to get
I don't
back
know
to the
if
Pillar of
you
Autumn.
can't
Let's go
tell
back
now,
to the
but,
shuttle
like,
bay and find a
You
ride.
can see all the other marine faces on there.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing, why I was just staring at the wall. But essentially, I think we died here so much that we're just like, okay, we'll just hide back here and deal with anyone that comes to us, and we'll let the Flood of the Covenant fight.
What the hell? Oh.
Oh, I remember also here where this section of wall I'm staring at isn't there in the old graphics, which is what the hitboxes are usually based off of. But that wall actually does, in the new graphics, it has the hitbox for it. So in the old graphics, you can just walk into an invisible wall that's not there.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, not much happened in here other than just, you know, slow and steady, hide in the back, punch people as they come to you, and shotgun if you have the ammo. Or if you just get tired of punching them in the face.
Damn. Taking a hit.
Yeah, there were so many enemies in this room. I remember, like, the first time we tried this, like, we were just like, alright, we're just gonna kill the grunts that spawn in the side door and then run through. I must have been taking, like, a drink or something, and I'm playing with one hand, which is why I just stare while moving. You're just looking for ammo at this point.
Yeah.
Luckily, we don't need much ammo because the level's almost over. Because we end up skipping a lot of this end point. But not before almost dying to that.
Okay.
Because I don't, yeah, instead of like playing the level out where you backtrack all the way down the different floors, we end up doing this where you basically drop down each floor, but I ended up losing a bunch of health. You overshot the fall.
Glad you died first, though.
Yes. We realized we kind of had to deal with all of the enemies around here before we could do that and not just drop straight down. That was me realizing, oh god, he got back up. Wait, he doesn't have an arm. I don't have to worry about him. And then he got blown up anyway.
Love it.
I want to say, I like how the fuel rod and the energy sword are both in this game, but not usable. This is me overshooting it. Yes. It's weird because I nailed that like every time I've done it, and then we get the lasso and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Nice. Kill that
Although it
elite?
did not kill the elite.
Oh.
So I'm letting this dude get back, and then I missed every shot on his head. But
He got
we
his
finally
shoulders and then...
killed him. Yeah. So I take a bunch of damage trying to kill all the enemies, so I think I end up just sending you forward to do the rest, to finish off the level. Yeah, I have 5 bars of health. I was like, I am not going to be able to do this. You're going to have to go, Josh. And so I just hide up here. We can see you drop down, and I'm like, oh, you better move, you better move. You gotta get there as those banshees, like, touch down.
Look at me go.
And there you go. You end up getting right in there, assassinating the dude. And I like this. I get to see it. You spin back around because you have to wait till the voice line of Cortana finishes, and I actually see you fly back around towards the hangar right there.
It's so cool.
I also didn't even realize this at the time of recording. Like, there are 2 Banshees that fly out, because a lot of the cutscenes, they just kind of have
Just
the one
one.
Master Chief. But this cutscene actually has the 2 Banshees fly away.
That's pretty unique.
Yeah, I think it's the only cutscene that acknowledges multiplayer. Yeah, so this level took us 1 hour and 51 minutes. And we ended up with a negative almost 30,000 score.
Did better than
Mysterio.
Mysterio.
But yeah, for kills, I had 4 elites. I had 51 combat forms, 23 carrier forms, 60 infection forms. You were actually really close on infection forms with 56. Also, I still like how the infection form looks like it's holding a gun to that hunter's head.
Oh yeah.
I also had 2 hunters. Don't know how only 2 hunters got counted, because I felt like I sniped a lot more of them throughout that. Like, I know you only saw the 2 hunters because I cut a bunch of failed attempts out, but I definitely shot more than 2, so I'm not sure how it only counted 2. But I also got 14 grunts, which you didn't get a single grunt. I don't know how that happened.
I mean, I could have sworn I got some. You saw me shooting them.
Apparently you didn't get any of them.
Already dead?
And then in terms of
Dead, I'm a Rooney.
deaths here for keys, you had the lowest at 56 deaths.
Oh my god.
And then I had the most at 66.
Jesus
About it,
Christ. We
yeah,
died that many
planting.
times?
Yeah, we died that many. I mean, we went for 1 hour and 51 minutes on like a part-time 15-20 minute level, so yeah.
Up in the rafters.
And then in terms of betrayals, this is where I
Is that
overtook
gun
you
confused?
easily in betrayals. I had 6 betrayals to yours 0.
Yay!
And I do remember when I was mentioning this, you're like, how did I not get any betrayals? And I was like, well, it was because every time you did something to me, it put me in a position to be killed, but didn't actually kill me. So it didn't count as a betrayal.
It's all part of the plan.
Come through here.
Yeah.
Diffuser.
But that was Keys, and next episode is the final level of Comedy Bomb, the Mall.
Great.